Hi, it's Adriana, and this is my review of The Amazing Spider-Man. So, let me just start off by saying that the first Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire and Kirsten Dunst was one of my favorite movies for a really long time, and I would say it even still is. I loved that movie for so long. I still love that movie. I stand by that movie, and I think the fact that Spider-Man was getting a reboot, I mean, it did cause a lot of fuss, and a lot of people thought that's ridiculous. The Spider-Man movies are, not old enough to be rebooted already. I wasn't really opposed to the reboot. I mean, I thought the idea was interesting, and I love Spider-Man, so I'm not really mad that I get to see more Spider-Man. So, I guess in a way I kind of was excited for it, kind of skeptical, not knowing what they would really do that would be much different. But this new movie proves that it was worth rebooting. It is a really good movie, and I'm going to end up comparing the two a lot in this review just because I know and love the original Spider-Man so much, but they do stand alone as two completely different takes on the Spider-Man story. Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man, I love that choice. I love Andrew Garfield, but he really fit the role well. I'm not sure if I prefer him to Tobey Maguire, who I thought was, perfect. He was a perfect Spider-Man, and in my mind, I still see him as Spider-Man, and that's probably why he didn't even want to do Spider-Man anymore. He didn't want to be, just known as Spider-Man. Not that I really see him doing much else these days. I feel like the Andrew Garfield character was a little bit more, we had more backstory on him, first of all. The first Spider-Man doesn't do very much of a backstory at all. We just see that he lives with his aunt and uncle, but we don't really know why. We don't really know about his parents at all. This movie, we get this whole other side, which I really liked. I feel like this movie explained things a lot better. It was a more logical story. It was trying to stay truer to the comics, so I guess it makes sense that the movie made more sense. Not that the first Spider-Man didn't make sense, but I just feel like this movie, we got more of the story. There was a very more comic feel, and maybe just because I knew that this movie was staying true to the comics, it felt like that, so maybe it was just some idea that was put in my head already, but I just felt like just watching it, and I completely attribute this to the director, Mark Webb. I feel like he did a great job directing this. Anyone who says otherwise, I don't agree with you. And Sam Raimi was also obviously a fantastic director for the other Spider-Mans, but I really love the way Mark Webb did it, just because I could see it like a comic. It felt like every frame kind of felt like really like a comic strip. I don't know. Maybe that's just me being crazy. I think Mark Webb has a very promising career. He directed his first film, 500 Days of Summer, one of my favorite movies ever, and now his second film is Spider-Man, so clearly he's got good things going for him, and he has great vision, so I'm looking forward to what he's going to put out in the future. Emma Stone as Gwen Stacy, I thought she was good. I mean, the role, I don't know, I guess maybe because I prefer the Spider-Man and Mary Jane Watson storyline to the Spider-Man Gwen Stacy storyline. Just, I don't know if this is a spoiler, it might be, but Gwen Stacy knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, and obviously Mary Jane Watson doesn't know that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. It's a completely different dynamic. There's no awkward tension and, secretiveness about it. So I prefer the love story in the original Spider-Mans for sure, though it was still a cute love story in this movie. I saw this in IMAX 3D. I love IMAX, but 3D, this movie does not really need to be seen in 3D, and which is surprising. You'd think Spider-Man could do a lot of effects in 3D. I don't really think they utilized the 3D effect on Spider-Man that they could have, like swinging in the air and stuff. I don't think it really happened in this movie, so I'm pretty sure you could go with watching it in 2D. The soundtrack for this movie was really good. Again, another thing, I don't know if Mark Webb picked out the soundtrack, but he also had an amazing soundtrack for 500 Days of Summer, so I'm just thinking maybe he knows how to do his movie soundtracks, so just another added bonus. And I also liked how the credits, there wasn't really any opening credits, it was just The Amazing Spider-Man. The first movie had this felt like 10 minutes long worth of credits, which is such a waste of time at the beginning of the movie. Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man, Very, very good movie. I'm not sure yet if I prefer it or if it's on par or if it's below the original Spider-Man movie, but it's definitely worth watching in theaters. So I totally say go watch it completely. I give it like at least a 9 out of 10, maybe more. I prefer it to the Avengers, by the way, which, thinking back, watching this movie, completely better than the Avengers. I mean, sure, again, a lot of people will disagree with that, but I say Spider-Man is better than the Avengers, so definitely go watch it. Thank you for watching my review. Please comment, rate, subscribe, do whatever you want. I appreciate it all. Thank you.